Hello, this is Chris Kirby. I just wanted to kind of give you a little walkthrough of what I did with this project number 2 that you guys gave me about writing a C++ class template that can get called from C to kind of serve the place as a pointer. And so my understanding of this was I know that C does a lot of like pointer arithmetic, and so my understanding of it was instead of doing that arithmetic in C, write a C++ class to do that arithmetic. And kind of just to demonstrate the pointer arithmetic. And so what I did here was I created a variable and I prefixed it with C because it's in the C file. So it's variable A. I set it equal to 42, and then I created a pointer for that to store the address where this value is stored. And so I printed both of those to screen. You have 42 here, that's the value, and then the actual address is printed right there. And then I created variable B, which is 84, kind of just a value I chose arbitrarily. And then I also created the pointer for it to store the address, and I printed those out, and this so they could be compared later. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass in the address for variable A, and when it gets into the C++, I'm going to add 1 to it, so it's then pointing to variable B's address, and it will come back, and it'll actually give us the value for variable B. So this is what I think you meant from the description that I read, but if I'm wrong, please go ahead and let me know. So those get printed to the screen. We've got 42, we've got the address in memory, we've got 84, we've got the address in memory for 84 for the second variable. And then what I did was I went ahead and I wrote this C++ class called pointer, CPP. And then there's this method in it called increment where it accepts a pointer value and it adds to it. And this was the part where my pointer arithmetic got a little bit hazy. I know that I'm passing an int because I set that up as an int, and I know that ints generally are stored with 2 bytes, I believe. And when I shifted it to, I wasn't getting the value I wanted, and I noticed that if I used 4, so I think that might account for the gap that was in the problem description. I'm not entirely sure about that. This is kind of where my pointer arithmetic knowledge gets a bit hazy, but the number did seem to be 4. I'll have to look into that a little bit more. I was kind of dusting off my pointer knowledge here. But what happens is the pointer comes in, and we're going to shift it, and then we're going to send its value back. And so what happens is, and then these statements right here set up these set up the ability for the script inside the C file to actually call the methods inside the C++ file. So basically what it's going to do is it's just going to this method here, when it gets called in C, it's going to call the this increment method inside this C++ class. And so what happens is we go ahead and call that, and we pass in the variable A pointer, which is the address that points to the variable A value, which is 42. And so once it gets in this method, what it should be doing is adding to it, and then so instead of its original address, it now points to the address where the B value is stored. And so what should happen is when I send in the pointer for variable A, which currently is pointing to the 42 value, it should get shifted and come back, and its value should be for the address stored for B. And so when I did that, I get this integer back, and so I called it C variable A incremented, because it's the pointer for A, but it was then incremented, and it should be pointing to the address for B. So that should be returning 84. And so I went ahead and I printed that to the screen, and that's exactly what happened. It's now showing me 84. So that was from reading the problem statement, that was what I understood to be what was asked. I didn't quite get the time to address everything, but perhaps that leaves a good topic for conversation. And so, yeah, if you have any questions about this, I'm definitely interested in talking about them on the phone call. So I just wanted to send a video to kind of like discuss my thought process. So I wasn't just sending you a bunch of code that I haven't cleaned up yet, which I know can be frustrating. So I look forward to talking to you guys, and please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.